Hello, welcome back to Statman Dave Clips. Today we are rating FIFA 22 ratings. We're going to be using all the stats and the analysis to basically tell you whether the ratings are good or bad. If you are new around here, please hit that subscribe button. And of course, check out SofaScore. We're in partnership with SofaScore. The link in the description below. Beautiful application diving into all the analysis, football and statistics. Anyway, let's dive in. 22 top players. Let's take a look at the ratings. First up on the list, the 22nd highest rated player in the list, Sadio Mane, who got downgraded from his FIFA 21 rating, went from 90 down to 89. I think it's an interesting one. I think Mane's still providing a lot for Liverpool, but maybe not as clinical as he has done in previous years. So you can kind of maybe understand, why that rating has kind of dropped down. You're looking at the Premier League top scorer season that he had with Salah as joint top scorer. And last season finished the campaign with 11 goals. This season he's got, 2 in 4. But I kind of understand FIFA rating. He's gone down. Kind of agree with that. Next up, who have we got? Ederson, one of the many goalkeepers on this list of players in the top 22. I think Ederson definitely deserves to be there. Got a +1 rating over the summer. I think he's got better and better for Manchester City. Very much a third centre-half, very much a player that's going to get on the ball and make from deep. Let's move forward to the 20th ranked player. Casemiro, no change in rank. I think Casemiro showed back end of last season in the Champions League, especially the games against Liverpool, that he very much can still do it at this sort of top level. I think when you look at that Real Madrid midfield, as much as Cruz is the controller, Casemiro is the guy that's going to win it back, and he was sensational against Liverpool, winning I think the most tackles on the pitch in that game, so definitely deserves to be there. Let's continue forward. Courtois, another goalkeeper on the list, no movement. I think his rating's absolutely fine. Wouldn't mess about with that at all. Let's continue forward. Alisson, another goalkeeper. 3 goalkeepers in the top 22 so far. Dropped a point. I think it's a little bit harsh, but had a kind of like mid-season wobble, didn't he? Mid-season wobble in a sense. The game against Leicester. I feel a bit harsh that he's dropped a rating point there to, just because of that wobble. Obviously, still performed supremely well at the back end of the season, but was very much downgraded. Let's continue through the list. Heung-min Son is up next. Heung-min Son's got a +2 from 87 up to 89. I think that's fair. I think Heung-min Son last season was so clinical. Arguably the most clinical he's ever been in his career for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. One of the top scorers in the league, finished with 17 goals and 10 assists. I think that's a fair point that he gets a +2. Been absolutely fantastic for them. But the concerns, obviously, for that, the same ranking now as Mohamed Salah. Let's move forward to more DMs. Joshua Kimmich got an upgrade. Definitely deserves an upgrade. Joshua Kimmich, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world of football. Should probably be a 92, in my opinion. Just to his ability to play right back, defensive midfield, central midfield, wherever he needs to play. Joshua Kimmich is a top quality footballer. Moving through to Virgil van Dijk, little -1, probably down to the injury that he sustained, missed the season out, but getting back up to that top quality form, -1 is probably fair. 14th on the list, Karim Benzema. No change in his ranking. This is a travesty. Karim Benzema carried Real Madrid last season, carried them this season, and it just feels like he should have gone up. Playing the prime of his career, the goal that he scored for France at the European Championships, he dragged the ball behind him to finish. That was very much a FIFA goal, something that you do on FIFA. Karim Benzema deserves to be higher up in the list. Let's move forward to another goalkeeper, making our way to 13th on the list, Donnarumma. +4, I think that's fully deserved. Superb at the European Championships. Now at PSG, it's his time to really shine. A dominant goalkeeper that can kind of get the job done in a defensive sense. So many brilliant saves at the Euros. Definitely, I think that +4, definitely worth it. Now on to Mohamed Salah. I can't believe Salah's been downgraded. How have they downgraded Mohamed Salah? Going from the level of performance that he he put in for Liverpool. Liverpool were very, very poor last season. And Salah carried them in an attacking sense. 22 goals, 5 assists. Arguably an even better Salah. I would have potentially put Salah up +1. I think that's, a 91 is probably more fair for Mohamed Salah than not. And I'm not too sure about that ranking. I think that's an absolute stinker. I don't think they've done too well there. So I would have given him maybe 91. I don't, again, going back to, he's the same rank as... He's got the same rating, as Heung-min Son. That doesn't really cut the mustard for me. Salah should be higher up. I thought he had back-to-back great seasons. I don't think there's any issues with him. And looking at Liverpool going forward. Let's continue to our top 11. Ter Stegen deserves to be there. One player that deserves respect at Barcelona. You think back last season in the Champions League, was probably the only player to really do anything for Barcelona, to really kind of step up and save them in the games, keep them in many, many games. And I feel a bit for Ter Stegen with this current Barcelona squad. Another goalkeeper from one German to another, Manuel Neuer, 90. I don't think you mess around with that. Manuel Neuer is still at the top level of European football. Arguably the best keeper in European football. We'll talk about that in a minute. Next up, Kante, who's in our top 10, 9th position with a +2. I think that's fair. N'Golo Kante last season in the Champions League was so good for Chelsea. Excellent at the European Championships for France. Arguably should be in a +3. I'd have loved to see N'Golo Kante at 91. The best ball-winning central midfielder in the world of football. Plays as a shuttler, plays as a presser. Just so good. And, probably deserves more than the +2. In there. Next, first and foremost, let's move on to Harry Kane. He's also got a +2, up from 88 to 99. I think from that perspective as well, fully deserved. Most goals, most assists in the Premier League. He's probably another one that I'd look at. Should he be higher? Should he be a 91? When we compare him to the 91s that we're going to talk about, he definitely played at that level last season. So maybe 91 for Harry Kane as well. Our top goalkeeper of the list, Oblak. Another fine season for Atletico Madrid. Won La Liga with a top quality defence. Oblak made so many good saves last season. Does deserve to be up there. The only consideration there is I'd have is Manuel Neuer being up. Being the best. I think Manuel Neuer still plays at such a high level. But you can understand why Jan Oblak is the best goalkeeper on FIFA, one of the best in the world. Let's continue to Neymar. Feel like Neymar's a little bit too high still. A little bit too high on for the score, but he is very much a FIFA player. Skills, tricks, you can kind of understand why he's still sitting at 91. But we'll look at the performances last season, Champions League, in the big games. We're talking that Man City game. What was he? Again, that impact is what I'm looking for. Next up, teammate Kylian Mbappe, up to 91, upgrade. Lovely stuff. Kylian Mbappe, the hat-trick at the Nou Camp. That was a massive performance. Definitely deserves his upgrade. One of the best forwards in the world. One of the best players of his generation. 91 rated on FIFA. Let's continue forward. Kevin De Bruyne spent a lot of the season, in and out of the team, injuries and so forth, the first half of the season, but finished the campaign in great form. One of City's best players in the Champions League at the back end. 91. Stick with that. Lovely stuff. Now we're on to the top 3 players on FIFA. And I can't believe this has happened. Cristiano Ronaldo's got a -1, dropping from his FIFA 21 rating of 92 to 91 on FIFA 2022. Why? What happened? Doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Cristiano Ronaldo, top scorer in Serie A last season, performed well in the Champions League. As much as Juve were poor, didn't create enough chances for him. Can't believe it. Absolutely can't believe that he's been dropped down. Robbed. Like Bruno Fernandes not being in this list. Robbed. Bruno Fernandes, one of the best attacking midfielders in the world of football, not in the top 22 players. What is going on? He's got more goal involvements than Kane and Mohamed Salah since he joined the Premier League. That doesn't make sense. Ronaldo getting the -1 doesn't make sense either. And that is, fuming. Absolutely fuming. Already seeing bad goals for Man United. We've already seen him score goals in the Premier League and Champions League. I don't know. Next up, the second best player on FIFA, Lewandowski. Feel like, he's got a +1, got an upgrade, second best player on the game. Probably would have deserved the Ballon d'Or from, a few seasons ago. Still just scoring goals, 18 consecutive goals scored in the last games for Bayern Munich. The man's an absolute, bagsman of the highest order, a proper Gary goals that, sniffs out chances, sniffs out goals, does it in the Bundesliga, does it in the Premier League, broke a good Muller's record, definitely deserves that cheeky little +1. And the top rated player on FIFA, of course, Lionel Messi, sitting on 93. I don't think we can argue with that either. Carried Barcelona last season. We've seen how bad Barcelona have been since he's left. Definitely deserves that 93 rating on FIFA. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you do get into the comments. Ronaldo, downgrade. Give me your opinions. Neymar, too high. Mbappe, too low. Get into the comments below and let me know all that good stuff. Of course, this video has been brought to you in partnership with SofaScore. Link in the description below. Go and check it out. What a banging app. And anyway, till next time.